What's going on, everybody? Super excited to come to you today with a video on a new product that we just got in. Right here in front of me is the Killer Instinct Boss 405. So last year we had the Centerpoint crossbow that we had for sale, and we had great success with those. They're a super crossbow. This one here is going to be the answer to that crossbow. It's going to be around the same price point, but with some extra features. So I'm going to just go over the quick specs of this Boss 405. First of all, the speed. The speed on this one is 405 feet per second. The kinetic energy is 134 foot-pounds. The trigger on this is super nice compared to a lot of the other ones. This one is a 3.5 pound trigger, super crisp, not a lot of creep. The width of this crossbow cocked is 14 inches. The overall length is going to be 33.5. The overall weight is 6.7 pounds. The draw weight on this is a little bit more than the other one. It's 220 pounds. The power stroke, the string travel essentially, is going to be 13.25 inches. And then also the cosmetic, I mean, this comes in the nice green color. It's been a super hot hit with the vertical bows, so they came out with like an ambush green color for their crossbow. But that pretty much covers the crossbow. This is going to come in at a price point of $389. Now, along with this, it will come with a crank. Now, this is not just your standard crank. This crank is a silent crank. You don't have to have the clicking that is involved with most of the other competitors' cranks. It's about $180 value that we're throwing in for free. So that's going to pretty much cover the crossbow. There's a couple other things, extra add-ons that I'd like to show you as well. Is the bolts. We're going to have plenty of the bolts. You know, the Centerpoint, we ended up running out of the bolts very fast, so we have plenty of the bolts that this particular crossbow will take. For 6 of them, it's going to be $42.99. And then also we'll have a super nice case. So this soft case has plenty of pouches, super nice inside, nice and protective lining on the inside. It's got a sling that you can put over your shoulder. It's got pockets, in here if you wanted to put, your license or any other important goods. It's got a spot for your quiver, and then on the outside, you also have a couple spots for your crank and some extra accessories. So this one here is going to be at $49.99. Super awesome crossbow case. I mean, definitely something you'd want to check out if you're going to purchase one of the Boss 405s. But let's go ahead and shoot this thing. This will be the first time we've shot it, so let's see what it's got. Okay, and real quick, I'm just going to lube the rail. This actually comes with a little chapstick container of lube. You want to do this before your first shot and after every 3 to 4 shots is what I recommend. But you'll just apply it in front of the string a little bit and then right here and behind. And I like to apply it liberally in front, and then I'll take my finger and bring it on back, just like so. Super important part, do not skip it. Okay, so from there, let's go ahead and put this chapstick back together. All right, let's see how this thing works. So I did read, of course, the owner's manual. And it says, first step when you're using the crank is make sure the stock is all the way forward so there's no stress put on the actual stock itself. And then from there, I've got the hooks put on the string. And we'll just basically hook the crank on, and then we'll crank her on back. And as you can tell, it is not making any noise whatsoever. I mean, it's super, super quiet. I want to test it real quick. So we're halfway in, I let off. It did not free spin, so that's another good feature. Get it all the way back. It's all the way on. Push this lever forward, disengage the switch. So, first impression of the crank, it's awesome. It's not loud, super quiet. Make sure I get that there. It does have a 6-position stock, so you can adjust that. That's great for kids or anybody that is a little bit shorter. Put that down. All right, let's see what this thing's got. All right, so first impression, the trigger is awesome. It's definitely the best trigger in that price point, no doubt. Super quiet too. That's one thing about the Centerpoint that I was super excited about is how quiet it is. And this one here is definitely right there with it. No, I mean, there's literally, compared to some of the $1,000 crossbows, there's really no sound at all. So that's super impressive. And I mean, at $389 with a silent crank, I don't think you're gonna be able to beat that. I mean, that's a super price and an awesome crossbow. So if you wanna come by and shoot one or purchase one, come on in the store and we'll get you taken care of.